Hey, future aviators! Welcome to Brightifyme Academy. Your journey to the cockpit starts right now. Stay tuned, stay motivated, and thank you for being here. Let's fly high.
You know, when you think about AI and airplanes, your mind probably jumps straight to science fiction, right? Maybe a robot calmly walking down the aisles, serving you drinks. But is that really where all of this is headed? To figure out where AI is actually making a difference up in the air, we've got to look past the sci-fi and start following the data.
Okay, so let's just cut to the chase. This is the big question on everyone's mind, isn't it? AI is changing just about every industry out there, so it's only natural to wonder if that friendly human presence on a flight is about to get replaced by a bunch of code.
Well, check out this number, because it might just surprise you. A whopping 97% of aviation experts are on the same page about this. AI is not going to replace cabin crew. So if it's not taking over the cabin, what on earth is its real mission? See, the real story here isn't about replacement. It's about augmentation. It's about finding really smart solutions to the very real, very human problems that airlines and their crews deal with every single day. And honestly, there's no better example of this than a challenge Japan Airlines recently tackled. So let's talk about Japan Airlines, or JAL. They were wrestling with this huge operational headache that was gumming up the works, and more importantly, pulling their crew's focus away from where it needed to be, with the passengers. The culprit? Paperwork. I know, right? Specifically, these super detailed handover reports that the crew has to fill out. Now, these reports are absolutely critical for safety and keeping things running smoothly, but actually creating them was becoming a massive bottleneck.
And this wasn't just a simple problem, it was a mess. I mean, just imagine trying to write a really complex, technical report using very specific jargon, all while you're 30,000 feet in the air with spotty internet at best. You've got barely any time to do it, and on top of all that, everyone writes a little differently, so the reports were all over the place. It was basically the perfect storm of inefficiency.
So what did JAL do? They didn't even think about replacing their crew. Nope, they looked for a tool, something that could act like a co-pilot for all that tedious admin work. And they found a really clever type of generative AI to do it. They landed on something called a small language model, or an SLM for short. Now, unlike those giant cloud-hungry AIs we all hear about, an SLM is lean, it's specialized, and here's the absolute game changer, it works completely offline on a tablet. This totally sidestepped that whole unstable Wi-Fi problem. The new process is just brilliant in its simplicity. Instead of typing out long paragraphs, the crew now just taps in a few keywords, clicks some checkboxes, and types short phrases into an app. And boom, the AI instantly spits out the full, perfectly formatted report in both Japanese and English. It's fast, it's easy, and it's consistent every single time. And this quote from a JAL executive, Kisuke Suzuki, really nails it. The goal was never just to automate stuff for the sake of it. It was about taking a burden off the crew so they could do what humans do best, focus on the passengers and provide that personal, attentive service.
Okay, so what happened? What was the actual result? Well, this is where you really see the power of using AI to help people, not replace them. And honestly, the results were pretty stunning. Get this. The time it took to write one of those big, complex reports, it got slashed from a full hour down to just 20 minutes. That's a huge deal. That's 40 minutes saved on every single flight that the crew can now spend helping passengers. That is efficiency you can actually feel. This really paints the perfect picture of a partnership, right? It's about using the right tool for the right job. AI is incredible at structured things, crunching data, optimizing fuel, handling routine reports. But humans? We are absolutely essential for empathy, for reassuring an anxious flyer, for making complex judgment calls in a crisis, and for, keeping everyone safe. The two just complement each other perfectly.
And it's not just JAL. The entire industry is betting big on this idea. We're talking over $40 billion being poured into AI for aviation by 2033. And you want to know the most telling part? Not one single major airline is planning to use that money to get rid of their cabin crews. The investment is all about making the whole system smarter with people right at the heart of it.
And listen to what another JL manager, Manaba Yamawaki, had to say. For him, the end goal is just a better work environment. When you get rid of the boring, repetitive tasks, your employees are more productive, they're more engaged,
and they can focus on creating real value. It's all about empowering your people.
So where does this all go from here? Because this isn't just about getting rid of paperwork. We're talking about a fundamental shift in how airlines operate, a new kind of collaboration between humans and AI.
And AI is already popping up everywhere else to help. Think about it. Getting alerts about maintenance before a part breaks, getting suggestions for personalized service based on a passenger's history, or even getting more streamlined training. It's becoming a co-pilot for the entire flight operation.
And look, this isn't just airlines being nice. This is the law. Regulators all over the world demand what's called a human-in-the-loop approach to safety. AI can help, but a trained human crew has to be there, in control, to keep passengers safe. It's completely non-negotiable.
And if we look even further down the road, the vision gets even more focused on people. As one JAL manager, Takako Yukai, suggests, the next big thing for AI could be supporting the crew's well-being, helping them manage jet lag and optimize their sleep schedules. It's about using tech to make a really tough job a little healthier and more sustainable.
So this whole JAWS story, it's really a fantastic blueprint for the future of work, isn't it? It proves that the smartest way to use AI isn't to get rid of human experts, but to supercharge them, to free us all up from the tedious stuff so we can focus on what actually needs a human touch. And that really leaves us with one big question, right? What other jobs out there are about to get their own AI co-pilot?
Dreaming of flying across the world? Not just India, but Paris, London, Dubai? An EASA license is your passport to global skies, recognized in 31 countries and accepted by airlines worldwide. Train in Europe with modern aircraft, multicultural exposure, and the world's highest safety standards. And yes, you can always convert back to DGCA if you choose to return. Confused about costs, universities, or visa process? We're here to help, for free. Hurry, click the link below to register for your free one-on-one consultation today. Limited seats available. Your global cockpit awaits.